Hi, folks. It is Global Tarot Circle time again. Today is July 24th, 2019, and we are here live on Facebook waiting for people to come into the room. If you um, if you are watching us in archive, then you will Sorry, little glitch there. If you're watching us in archive, then we welcome you as well. Please do play along, but do not be upset when we don't answer. This will be archived on both YouTube and on Facebook. Hey, Julia Quattrano, nice to see you. I see a lot of people in here. Let me get the comments up. Tracy, glad you're here. So we see quite a few people coming in. The room's getting busy already. Hey, here's Linda. Here's Lisa. Glad you're all here. Okay, so how do we want to start? I would like you to let us know. Hey, Tanya, good to see you. Marion, glad you're here. And we already have people here from all over the world. Julia, say hi to Tammy, your mom, for me. So let's see, we've got Australia, we've got Florida, we've got Liverpool, Scotland, I think. So we are all over the place here. And it's different times for everyone. Hey, Catherine, glad to see you. So while we are getting started, I would like everyone, hey, Karen, nice to see you. So great to see both you and Catherine in Lutz on Sunday. So while we're getting started, I would like all of you to check in, say hi, say where in the world you are, and let us know if you have any burning questions. We spend the first half hour of our time together with burning questions. Hey, Nilsa, glad you're here. Cameron, glad you're here. Okay, so we like to spend our first half hour, TK, glad to see you. We like to spend our first half hour with burning questions. So what's a burning question? A burning question can be something that you ask a room full of tarot readers. It can be a question about tarot, about a card you don't understand, about a reading you did that didn't make sense. A burning question could be a question for a reading. We'll be happy to read for you. Hey, Cindy from Yonkers, New York. Glad you're here. Liz Moore, David, good to see you. Kaylee, good to see you. I'm not going to be able to greet everyone by name. We went from 0 to 25 people like that. Hey, Brad, nice to see you. So I do apologize if I don't greet you by name. But tell us where you are, and if you have burning questions, let's get started with our readings. If you yourself are a reader, get your deck shuffled. What deck are you working with? I'm working with Morgan Greer. Okay, let's see. We got Belfast. We got Scotland. Oh, why is the Eight of Cups stalking me? Oh, fun. Let's start with Marion's question. Why is the Eight of Cups stalking Marion? So, and if you have answers to that, if you have thoughts about the Eight of Cups, just put her name, Marion, and what you think about the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups for me is like such an intense card. It could be that you have issues with abandonment, that you have felt abandoned before and something is triggering that. It could be that there's something that you need to walk away from. You know, I also see the Eight of Cups as processing grief. Do you have some grief you need to process? It could have to do with that. So those are my thoughts. If you have thoughts about the Eight of Cups and why it might be stalking Marion, let her know. And I am rolling back here to look for the next burning question, which is from Tracy. Hey, Tracy. Okay, I have just opened my home-based business, Atlantis Crystal Healing, this week. What does the future look like for me concerning this? And she's in Perth, Australia. So glad that you're here, Tracy. Okay, so the question is, what do we see for Tracy's new business? It's a crystal healing business. If you would like to read for Tracy, put her name, Tracy, Tracy, the name of the card you got. We're just doing one card readings, but if you read everybody's readings, you get a full reading, right? Because many cards together make a big reading. So I'll do one card, and if you'd like to do a card for Tracy, put her name, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. What do you see for her new business? And congratulations on getting that going. I see the Empress. This is a great sign. I think this is really your calling. This is something you're giving birth to. I think it can be very successful and very, I think this is a very appropriate card for a healing business. You will be nurturing people. Okay, let's see what comes next. And I see people already jumping in and doing readings. And that is such a great thing. You know, one of the things I love about doing this group every month is how we all get together across the world. We are literally a global tarot circle reading for each other. So let's see, next one. Okay, Julia Quatrano from Connecticut and Florida, just like me. Dying to know what the universe wants me to know. Okay, what does the universe want Julia to know? And I have to tell you, I first met Julia when she was literally 2 years old. She's now a beautiful young lady. So time flies, right? So what does the universe want Julia to know? If you'd like to read for Julia, give her name, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. So you need 3 things. Your name, the name of the person you're reading for, the card that you got, and your interpretation. Okay. What does the universe want Julia to know? King of Swords. You are strong, you are smart, you are capable, you are able to do whatever you want to do. Believe in yourself, Julia. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Okay, Linda Rogers. She wants to know if her son's DLA will be successful. I don't know what a DLA is. I'm wondering if that's like a UK thing. But I don't need to know what it is in order to do the reading. So, will Linda's son be successful? Put her name, Linda, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. Oh, once again, you guys saw me shuffle, but once again, the King of Swords, which to me in this context says yes, will be successful. Okay. Oh, Kimberly Essex has a new love interest. Now, see, okay, I really believe that to be a tarot reader and to be a good tarot reader, you have to be curious about other people and you have to be really interested in other people's lives. And I am. I am nosy, not in a mean way, but in a curious way. So I'm just so excited to look at Kimberly's new love interest, and I hope you are too. If you would like to read for Kimberly, go ahead and put her name in, Kimberly, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. And folks, if we're reading for you, make sure you scroll through. Make sure you scroll through the comments to get everyone's readings and respond in the comments as well. There's a lot of wisdom that happens here, not from me, but in the comments here. So make sure you read along. What do we see for Kimberly's new love interest? The Hermit. So this is interesting. I will be very interested to see what other cards come up around this. The Hermit could suggest that this is a rare individual, that the two of you have a unique spiritual or intellectual bond. But I don't typically find the Hermit a very romantic card. So let's see what other people have to say here. I would say, Kimberly, you want to use your wisdom in dealing with this relationship, and you can show this person your light, but what this person does with this is not within your control. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, Nilsa, my friend Nilsa in Connecticut. And by the way, Connecticut people, I will be back there. And I see my friend Carolina from Connecticut as well. I will be back in Connecticut like the 14th through the 25th of August. So reach out to me now to book your private readings, house parties, all of that good stuff. Okay. Nilsa's usual question. What does the universe want me to know about my current relationship? What do you think about Nilsa's current relationship? If you'd like to read for her, put her name, Nilsa, Nilsa, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. Let's see what we got going on here. Page of Cups. I can tell you he loves you. I think you love him too, but you know what? He is immature. And sometimes that immaturity is going to be an issue. But no doubt there is love here. Okay. Tammy, Julia's mother. I need help letting my angels in. Okay. How does Tammy avail herself of her angels, of their messages, of their healing energy? How can we help Tammy do that? Go ahead. And I see Neil Quattrano here too. It's a Quattrano family reunion right here at Global Tarot Circle. Okay, we're doing Tammy right now. So put her name, Tammy, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. How can she more easily let her angels into her life? So I got the Seven of Pentacles reversed, and to me that says you're trying too hard. Just breathe and let it happen. Ask for what you need. Ask for what you want. Be patient, be quiet, be still, and let it happen. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got. I see lots of readings going on here. Very good. Very good. Okay. Okay, David Victor, my friend Julia, who is temporarily living with me as my house guest, no romance, needs to find a roommate. Lots of false starts. When or how will she find a roommate and get a place of her own? Okay, very good. So we know that David's a good dude, right? Because he's helping out a friend in two ways, letting her stay and also having a reading for her. So, when and or how can Julia get a roommate and get out with a place of her own? This is a reading about Julia for David. So put David's name there, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. What do we see? The Magician reversed. It's no one she's met already, and she needs to do more to get the word out. She needs to advertise more. She needs to look more. She's being picky. Now, okay, you really do want to be picky about the people you live with, of course. But I think she's not doing enough to make it happen. Okay. Murden Oak. Burning question. What guidance can you offer about my new tarot business? Oh, shameless self-promotion. Read my book. No, sorry. There it was. I couldn't help it. Okay. So seriously, let's read for Murden. Go ahead and put his name, Myrdin. And the name of the card you got, the interpretation. What guidance for his new tarot business? Five of Pentacles reversed. The opportunities are there, but you have to go look for them. Do not be easily discouraged. If you're looking for a place to read, maybe you want to do public readings, and you go to 4 places, they all say no, get to the 5th. Keep looking. Do not become discouraged. Okay, and remember, if you're reading for people, give the name of the person you're reading for, the name of the card, and your interpretation. Okay, lots of good readings going on. Okay. Lots of readings, lots of readings. Okay, Karen Maynard, my neighbor, I hope we see you at our next Panera meeting. That will be August 11th for my local people, Palm City and thereabouts, Martin County and Palm Beach County. We will be meeting our monthly meeting at Panera. That will be August 11th, Sunday at 4 p.m. Hope to see you all there. I'm also, by the way, doing a psychic development class at Dream Angels in Tequesta this Thursday, 7 p.m. Hope to see some of you local people there as well. Okay, here's Karen's question, and Karen is spelled Karin. I have a question. What do I need to know about my financial situation in the next week or so? Let's see what we see. If you'd like to read for Karen, put her name, the name of the card, and your interpretation. King of Cups. It may be difficult, and there may be other people in the mix. Maybe there's a partner, maybe there's a roommate, maybe there's a kid, a parent, I don't know. But it could cause some tension with someone else. It may be tight, but it will be okay in the long run. Okay. Brad says, I'm fast and you can't keep up. Well, this is the thing. This is a very good practice. I do not expect, yes, I've been doing this. I was a radio psychic for years, 14 different radio stations. And so I have a lot of training in doing this quick stuff. I do not expect people to pick up maybe or to keep up, but it's great practice. Maybe do every other one or just do the ones that resonate. You don't have to feel like you have to do every single one. Okay. Let's see. Okay, lots of readings, lots of readings. Lots of readings. Hey, Karen TK. We call him TK. I just turned 25, but I feel like I'm an old soul who has lived here for thousands of years. I am worried about the future of the world. I believe and I'm confident that a big chaos is coming. Please let me know what tarot says. Okay, I think we are back. I apologize. We just had a streaming error, but I think we're back, and it looks like most of you have stuck with us. Okay, so we were just talking. Okay, and that was funny because we were talking about TK's idea that there's big chaos coming, and then all of a sudden, I lost the feed. So there was chaos here when we talked about it. Speak of something and it happens, right? So what do you guys think about the future of the world? I hear a lot of people talking about the idea of a collapse. But what do you think? Is that really what's happening? Let's see. About the future of the world. Okay, his name on Facebook is Karen TK. We call him TK. So just put TK, the name of the card you got, your interpretation. What do we think about the future of the world? I got the Empress. My pagan heart says the Mother Goddess has us. We'll be okay. It may not be easy and there may be problems along the way, but everything that we're going through are the birthing pains for the next vibration, the higher vibration. Okay. David says Facebook is in retrograde. Yeah, we got like 5 planets in retrograde or something crazy. Okay, let's see. Okay, lots of readings going on. Absolutely appreciate that. Okay, Uma Elizabeth. My family is looking at a home to lease on Cardinal Street. How does it look? If you'd like to read for her, put her name, Uma, U-M-A. What do you think about this particular house? Strength. I think it looks good. There may be a few issues there that you're going to have to tame, but I think it's fine. Okay, let's see. Okay, Angie, I missed you. And yeah, we go by so fast. If I missed you, please do get back in line. I apologize, Angie. New budding relationship. What do we think about Angie's new relationship? If you would like to check in on Angie's new relationship, go ahead and put her name, Angie, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. Hey, my friend Camille is here from Atlanta. Good to see you. Okay, what about Angie's relationship? Nine of Pentacles. So this is interesting. You know, you are not a person who needs a relationship in order to be happy. You are strong and confident in yourself. But I feel like this is a relationship that you could really enjoy, that would be good for you. So let's see where it goes. Okay, let's keep those readings coming. Okay, let's see. Hey, Neil, what was your question? I see that I missed it, but I don't see what it was. Go ahead and reiterate your question for me, and we will absolutely get back to you, my friend. Hey, Julie's here. Good to see you. Okay, lots of readings, lots of readings. Okay, I'm waiting for Neil's question and any other questions. We've got about nine more minutes for readings, and here's Savannah. Okay, so we've got a couple here today. Savannah and Brad are both here. Will the wedding and hand fasting be amazing? Brad and Savannah are getting married. They're getting hand fasted. And how will it be? Nine of Wands. The planning will drive you crazy. And there will be some kerfuffles along the way, but of course it will be amazing. Here's Neil's question. What does the universe want me to know? Okay, let's read for Neil. That'll be a family trifecta for the Quatranos. Put his name, Neil, Neil, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. Neil, Page of Cups. Act with love, speak with love, know that you are loved, all will be well. Okay, and Ani, it looks like I missed you. I will get to you in 1 second. We're going to do Amy next. How can I manifest better? If you would like to read for Amy, AMY, go ahead and put her name in the name of the card and your interpretation. How can she manifest better? The Hanged Man. Be patient. Sometimes it takes a while. Okay, Ani, sorry I missed you. Co-hosting my first tarot meetup tomorrow in Fort Lauderdale. How will it go? That is fabulous. You know, I've been doing some stuff in Fort Lauderdale recently, and in fact, on July 31st, I will be teaching a tarot class at the Center for Inner Wisdom in Oakdale Park. So I would love to see you Fort Lauderdale people come to my class. Now, good for you for doing the meetup. That is a fabulous thing. How will it go? Three of Cups reversed. You may not get as many people as you would like, or you may feel somewhat unprepared, but that's okay. It takes practice. The first one is hard, but if you keep going, you will build something beautiful. Okay, let's see what else you got here. All right. Okay. Lots of good readings going on here. Very good. Oh, here's one I'm not going to answer. And one question per person. But the question is, will Trump win 2020? There are two questions that I refuse to answer. One is, when will I die? And the other is, who's going to win in 2020? Sorry, there it is. Okay. Okay, we've got 6 minutes left. Any other burning questions? At the end of our reading time, we have half an hour for a tarot workshop where I've collected some questions. And I will take some of your questions as well, and we'll work on reading tarot. And Savannah says the death question was her follow-up. That's very good. Well, okay, Celeste says, mine, please. Okay, I didn't see what your question was, Celeste. Do you want to put your question back in? We're happy to do it. And let's do Cindy Smith. Will I have time and space from my spouse to heal my body? That is a loaded question. I would want you at my table for an hour to unpack that question, Cindy. But let's do it. Okay. Cindy, the name of the card and your answer, time and space to heal her body. 6 of Cups reversed, not if you keep doing the things that you have been doing. You have some patterns in your own life or in your marriage or both that you have to fix. Fix those patterns. Okay, I see Celeste. I'm going to go back to some of the others, but I want to get Celeste in right now. How will surgery go? I'm so sorry that there is surgery at all, Celeste. I'm sorry to hear this. If you'd like to read for Celeste, put her name, the name of the card you got, and your reading. Queen of Pentacles, piece of freaking cake, Celeste. You will be fine. Okay, let's see what we got. I'm just rolling backwards here to see who I missed. I know I missed somebody. Let's see. Okay, Michelle. What does the universe want me to know about my current job, please? Okay, if you'd like to read for Michelle, she's a 2L Michelle. Put her name, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. Okay. 8 of Wands, that can really be swift change. So there could be changes coming. This can also talk about communication. You may need to speak with someone about what you need, but this could also say that you would be changing positions or changing jobs. Okay, Tanya wants to know, what does August look like for her? We're coming to our last few readings. Okay, for Tanya, if you'd like to read for Tanya, put her name in, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. The World, it's the month that never ends. I think there's going to be a lot going on in August. I think you're going to be busy. I think you're going to be tired. It'll be okay. But it's going to take a lot, so take your vitamins. Okay. Denise wants to know what deck I'm working with. I'm working with the Morgan Greer, and it's the small Morgan Greer in the tin. Okay, let's see. We're looking for final questions. Hey, Susan, nice to see you. Oh, good question. Susan wants to know, how am I contributing to the misunderstandings in my relationship? Man, I love a good self-aware question. That question itself is a teachable moment. Okay, if you'd like to read for Susan, put her name, the name of the card, and your interpretation. Let's see what we got. 4 of Pentacles reversed. That's an interesting card. Now, I have sort of an interesting interpretation for this card, very often being about boundaries. I think you're not being clear about your boundaries. You're not being clear about what you need, about what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And then when your partner pushes your boundaries, you get upset. So I think you need more clarity. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Lisa, what does the universe want me to know about my health? Okay, anyone want to read for Lisa? Go ahead and put her name, the card you got, and your interpretation. 9 of Pentacles, you'll be fine. Take care of yourself. Take time away if you need it. You're going to be fine. Okay. Oh, Fanny's having surgery. It's not Celeste, it's Fanny. Okay, Fanny will be fine. Okay, just looking for final questions. I see lots of good readings. And as we move into, I think, okay, so we're going to put a wrap on questions. No more questions. Well, there can be more questions, but not for readings. Now we're going to move into the tarot workshop portion of our program. We'll be here for the next half hour talking tarot. So again, I thank you all for being here. And again, I want to say to those who are watching in archive later on Facebook or on YouTube, thanks for being with us as well. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, we actually have a Facebook group called Global Tarot Circle, and you can join. Just go and ask to join, and I'll let you in. And what I do is before we meet, I ask for questions. What do you guys want to talk about? And so I have a list in my really horrible handwriting, but I can take other questions too. Hey, Adina, nice to see you. You know, I'm going to be back in your neck of the woods this August, just saying. So I'm going to go through these questions, but if you have other questions about tarot reading, about tarot at all, you can ask them. And when I do this, this is not just me lecturing you. And I just want to let you know, as I'm talking, you gotta be a multitasker here. You gotta be a little Two of Pentacles to do this. There are still readings going on in the chat, so make sure if we're reading for you, make sure you get all of your readings. So listen to me with one ear, read the readings with the other. It's good training for a tarot reader. Tarot readers have to multitask all the time, don't we? Okay, so anyway, this is not just about me lecturing you. I want to hear your opinions. I want you to share your thoughts. One thing that's true, oh, Tammy, you're going to be home. We will absolutely schedule. Yes, indeed. Reach out to me, or I'll reach out to you, or I'll reach out to Neil, or something will happen. Let's make it happen. Okay. So, the thing about tarot is, you know, there are some things that are solid. The archetypes are solid. The traditions are solid. But in a way, you know, we all have our own thing. We all have our own way of doing the cards. So feel free to share your ideas, even if they are in direct opposition to mine. That doesn't matter. That's perfectly okay. All right. So the first question is about distinguishing between the 2 and 3 of Wands. A person in our group had felt like both of these cards say a similar thing. And I have heard this from other people. Hey, Terry, nice to see you. I've heard this from other people. And in fact, in our last 2 tarot meetups, the 2 Paneras, one in Lutz, one in Palm City, we did this exercise about comparing cards that are similar. And these 2 cards came up. And they came up again in Global Tarot Circle in the group. How are the 2 and 3 of Wands different from each other? And I'm going to tell you that, you know, my take on the 3 of Wands is a little different, I think, from some people's. And I'm going to tell you a story of the first 3 cards of Wands, of the suit of Wands. And this is how it works for me. So the Ace of Wands is, I've got this great new project. I've got this great new inspiration. I'm going to do a thing. I've got an idea for a thing. So with the 2, I'm planning. I'm thinking about how I am going to do a thing. And I'm dreaming. And I'm manifesting. And I'm setting my goals. With the 3, I'm doing it. So with the 2, I'm thinking about it. With the 3, I'm doing it. And that's a differentiation. But with the 3, I actually see success in this card. I feel like we're doing it and we're doing it successfully. So that's my take on the 2 and 3 of Wands. If you have anything you want to add to that, go ahead and let me know. Now from Karen, I just learned that originally Justice and Strength cards were in each other's spots and Waite switched them. But some cartomancers are switching them back from 11 to, it's actually 8, 11 to 8. What's your take on it regarding the Fool's Journey? So I'm a Waite girl. And, you know, Crowley switched it back. Marseille has always been that way. You know, in a way, the original thing is Justice 8, Strength 11. The Golden Dawn actually switched it, and Waite went along with that. Crowley did not. And there are decks now that do it each way, depending on your tradition. If it's a Crowley tradition or a Marseille tradition, it's the old way. If it's a weight tradition, it is strength 8, justice 11. So when we talk about the Fool's Journey, I am perfectly happy with it that way. I am a weight girl. And here's how I work it. I divide the numbered major arcana cards into 3 groups of 7. 1 through 7, 8 through 14, 15 through 21. So that makes 8 as strength, the beginning of the second group. Now, and this, by the way, is what I'm going to be teaching on the 31st of this month in Fort Lauderdale at Center for Inner Wisdom. Love to see you there. So, I see the first group of 7 cards as the lessons of the material world, what we need to learn to live well on the planet. I see the second group of 7 as the lessons of the emotional world, or how not to be crazy. I see the final group of 7, devil through world, as the cards of spiritual enlightenment. So you'll notice that cards 8 and 11, justice and strength, are in that same group. So even if you switch them, they are still in the group of emotional balance. But I like starting that group, card 8, with strength, because the first thing you have to learn to be emotionally balanced is to tame the inner beast, to honor the inner beast, but also tame the inner beast. Now, by the time we get to card 11 as justice, we've had the Wheel of Fortune, where we have to deal with, well, whatever happens, happens. And then we have justice, where we have to think about fairness and balance. And then we have the Hanged Man, where we recognize we're not in control. And then we have death, where we recognize we're really not in control. But to your point, if you switched them, it still works. You know, the Fool's Journey still works either way. And Karen wants to know if I mean ego in terms of taming the beast. It could be ego, it could be anger, it could be our wild nature. Okay. Tracy says she doesn't pay attention to the numbers at all. Been reading that way for 20 years. I am so into the numbers. I like to correlate the major arcana numbers with the minor arcana numbers. I like to think of the magician as an ace, the high priestess as a 2. I am so into the numbers of tarot. And Marion, oh, I love you right now, because now I can plug my other book. Marion says, I loved this part in your book. Makes total sense to me. Yes, it's true. This whole thing is in my book, Tarot Tour Guide. Thank you, Marion. I appreciate you. Okay, we seem to be back. Okay, maybe we'll hold this time. I do apologize. Mercury retrograde. It's Mercury. I swear to goodness it is. Okay. Here we are for as long as we can hold it. Let's see. Okay, Kimberly says, I always saw the RWS Wands cards looking like he was waiting for a ship to come in, because the other 3 cards often bring in other people. It occurred to me that this could be at the stage where one is looking for collaborators. Sure. Brad says, it's really nice when I get to see this live. Fun and educational, nice group here. Thank you, Brad. That is so true. So true. Kimberly says, 3 of Wands also reminds me a little of the Knight of Coins, where he is standing and planning, but still a card of action. Okay, Joanne. Hey, Joanne Matthews. So good to see you. Unless numerology is a serious part of the reading, does it really matter which card is 8 and which card is 11? The overall reading will suit each card regardless. Agreed. Celeste wants to know if I'm a math whiz. So that is a weird question. My teachers in elementary, middle, and high school would say no. But once I got out of school and actually had to use math in life, it turns out I'm actually kind of good at it. Go figure. And Kimberly says the screen froze on my book cover. Yes. Very good. Very good. Okay. Is there a particular card or card combo that represents Mercury in retrograde? Great question. I'm going to say Magician reversed. Magician is the card of Mercury. And so I'm going to say Magician reversed is Mercury retrograde. What do you guys think about that? Any other ideas? TK, choosing many cards for a question, good or bad. And that goes along with some other questions that I have here on my sheet. So one of the things that people wanted to talk about was about dialoguing and about non-positioned spreads. And I think when you ask a question and you're just dialoguing with the cards, or you're just pulling a few cards and the cards that you're pulling are not in named positions, I think the fewer the better. And in fact, I usually go like this. Ask the question, pull one card. Does the card answer the question sufficiently? If not, pull another. Does that together answer the question sufficiently? If not, pull another. Do those three together answer the question sufficiently? And I'll keep going like that until the question is answered. Then I'll shuffle them back in, and usually that leads to a next question. And those of you who have sat with me for readings have seen me do this. And so then I'll do it again, shuffling the cards back in. Okay. Hey, Robin Renee, my good friend. I'm so happy to see you here. Okay. Tracy, about the Three of Wands. I look at the Three of Wands as one of your three choices you decide against. The wand that is little behind the other two wands being the discarded choice or way. Got it. Catherine says, Mercury retrograde, the Wheel of Fortune, plus the Hanged Man. I love it. David says, sometimes I feel like the Tower best represents Mercury retrograde. It usually hits me hard. Yeah, and this is a particularly hard one in Cancer and Leo. Celeste likes the Magician reversed for Mercury retrograde. Karen asks, you mean in that position? I don't know what you're referencing. Can you tell me more about your question? Because, man, million thoughts. Could we pull extra cards for people in this chat if we feel like it's needed? No, the rules of Global Tarot Circle are clear. One card per person. And we assume, and there are many times that I'm itching to pull those extra cards. I feel your pain, but I figure the other people are pulling cards, and so that will work. This is an exercise in getting as much as you can out of one card. That is not how I read for clients, but in this group, that's how I like to do it. Okay. When a tarot card falls when shuffling, what does it mean? We call them jumpers. And even if we ourselves are at fault for being clumsy, we still call them jumpers. And I always say if it falls face up, you have to read it. So there's that. Okay. We talked about dialogue. Rearranging cards. This is a fun one. If you use a non-positioned spread, say you do 3 cards or 5 cards, non-positioned. Karen, I see you coming back, and I will get to that in a minute. The question was, is it okay to rearrange the order of the cards? And I would say yes, because in a non-positioned spread, you can read it any old way you want to. Okay, so what do I do? What if I do a particular spread for someone and the corresponding cards don't make sense in that position? Yes. Okay. So positions in a position spread. Positions are a guide, not a rule. So if the card makes sense in that position and it's poignant and it's hard hitting, then you're like, yes, this is great. If the card makes sense but not so much in that position, toss the position out the window and read the card. That's what I do. Marion agrees with me. If no positions in a reading, less is more. Agreed. Joanne says, I always read a jumper, even if it falls face down. Okay, very good. Good to know. Okay. Now, the next question that came up, and this is always a heated question. We're going to skip that, and we're going to go right to Kimberly. Physical descriptions of people from the tarot. So this is a hard one because if you read older tarot books like Eden Gray, who I started with, she has physical descriptions for the court cards. But so many different decks picture people differently. And I would say in the age of colored contact lenses and Lady Clairol, hair coloring, eye coloring, we can change all of those things. And so for me, physical description, once in a while, whatever card comes up, I feel like looks like the person I'm talking about. It just resonates that way. And so I'll see it that way. Otherwise, when I do physical descriptions, I am just going on intuition alone, I got to tell you. What else do you guys do as far as physical descriptions? And Catherine says, what if you're a clumsy shuffler and half of the cards jump out of the deck? I had that happen to me today. I always just play it off as the cards are jumping, I swear to goodness. But you know what? Those jumper cards, even if you were obviously clumsy, they always have meaning. They always have power. They will always save your butt and keep you from looking like you're just clumsy. Okay. Susan says jumpers can be a heads up from the universe to the reader. Oh, very good. Very good. Kimberly, can you pull a card and give an example of what physical description you get from it? I would need to be describing a particular person, really. But like, for instance, okay, here is the 10 of Pentacles, and I see a guy with auburn hair. So maybe it's someone with auburn hair. Maybe it's someone with long hair, that simple. Joanne says jumpers are in your face cards. They want your attention. Tracy agrees with me. Intuition alone for me, read physical description. Karen says, I use the Page of Wands for myself for 20 years because of the physical description. Catherine, I don't use the cards for physical descriptions at all. I use the personality traits only. Okay, let me scroll back because I think I missed something. Did I miss something? I don't know. Okay, Misty is finding a frozen video. I don't know if anyone else is. I hope my face isn't looking all funky, but if it is, please excuse it. Okay. Physical description from TK. I gaze the card and look for memories in my life, if any, to interpret. Yeah, I like it. Okay. Joanne says, I keep losing the audio and freezing, trying to keep up here. Yeah, I apologize, guys. We don't have the best connection tonight. Well, we have a great psychic connection. We have a great personal connection. But, Mercury, what are you going to do? Okay, let's see. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so this is the heated question, reversals. In the group, they wanted us to talk about reversals. So I'm going to give you my reversal spiel. Tell me what you guys think about reversals. I say whether or not you honor reversed cards, you work with dignities. Liz, your face is beautiful. My screen froze on your book cover. Hallelujah. Okay, so I feel like dignity is important. Oh, and Liz says it's the weather. We're having weather issues, so that absolutely makes sense. Okay, dignity is important. What is dignity in tarot? Dignity is whether you read the most direct meaning of the card or not. A dignified card, you'll read its most direct meaning. An ill-dignified card, you will read an indirect meaning. You'd put it in the past or in the future, too much or too little, an opposite or an avoidance. Now, elemental dignities, Kimberly brings up elemental dignities. To be honest, I don't do elemental dignities, but that is another way of determining dignity. How do we determine dignity? We can determine dignity with elements. We can determine dignity with reversals. We can determine dignity based on the question or based on the position. For instance, in the Celtic cross, the crossing card is always ill-dignified because of the nature of the question the crossing card asks. What crosses you? What is the biggest problem? So ill dignity is an indirect meaning of the card. If you think about every card existing on a spectrum, your well-dignified card is going to be direct. Your ill-dignified card will be somewhere on the spectrum. Let's see. And David says, if you have a frozen screen, hit F5 to reload. Good clue. Tracy says, no to reversals, but if one does turn up, I pay attention to it. I always ensure they are turned up the right way. Okay. I believe in delivering a dignified reading with gentle tact. I'm not sure I know what you mean by that, Karen. And you know, I think what you're talking about is ill-dignified cards. And I think what you're thinking of is the idea that somehow an ill-dignified card is necessarily less positive than a dignified card. And I would challenge that. You know, this is something that people say a lot, you know, and let's talk about reversals. The idea that a reversal is always bad, always negative. Absolutely not. I would much rather see the devil reversed. I would much rather see the tower reversed. The ill dignity makes the card less direct. There are a lot of cards I would like to see less direct. That's just me. Other people do it differently. That's how I see it. TK wants to shuffle like I do. Now, the way I shuffle ensures a lot of reversals because I really like reversals. So an upright card is more obvious in its meaning. An upright card, you're going to read the most obvious meaning for it. For example, okay, I'll give you a couple here. Okay, 10 of Swords upright. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. This sucks. I'm in pain. Ill-dignified. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's not going to be as bad. Less direct meaning. 8 of Pentacles. Dignified. I'm working hard and making stuff. I'm working hard and making stuff. I'm working hard and making stuff. I'm learning through hard work. Reversed, I am so freaking tired of working hard and making stuff. Or I have a day off and will not be making stuff. Or I've quit my job entirely. Or I need to learn to do something, but I don't know what it is. I'll give you one more. 5 of Swords. It's a battle. I have to fight to win. There's going to be a winner or a loser. Ill-dignified? Let's solve this with diplomacy. Let's have a conversation. Okay. I go back and forth with using reversals, says Kimberly. When I do choice readings, the reverse card tends to feel like a no, even though I wouldn't normally be so universally negative about a reversal. Okay, so let's see. Okay, and one other question. Kimberly had fun with those examples. Good. You just like it that I sang a little song. Okay. The one other question that came up in the group is about oracle decks versus tarot decks. And how do we use them differently? How are they the same? How are they different? And first of all, I want to be clear about the word oracle. We in the industry use the word oracle cards to differentiate them from tarot. But technically, the word oracle is any tool that you use for divination. Tarot is an oracle. Your pendulum is an oracle. The word oracle is any person who delivers messages. So I'm an oracle, you're an oracle. The word oracle is the place where the message is given. This is my reading room. It's an oracle. The oracle is also the message. That's an oracle too. Okay. But in the vernacular, we refer to oracle decks to be non-tarot decks of divination. And the thing is, and I've actually grown to enjoy oracle decks more than I used to. But I do not like the idea that one could use tarot and non-tarot oracles interchangeably, because you just can't. Tarot is a system, it's complex. I think it can give much more information than any other oracle deck could, except for other systems like Lenormand and Kipper. I think a deck with a system is much better at giving a wide range of pertinent information. That's my thought. Okay. TK had the Chariot card as a jumper. What does it mean? It might mean you're going to travel. It might mean that you are the master of your destiny. It might mean that you need to recognize yourself as the master of your destiny. And Uma agrees with me. Hallelujah. Okay. So we are coming to the end of our time together. Karen, can you use an oracle card as a clarifier? Sure, absolutely. Susan, been meaning to ask. Is the house picture behind you a house from the Charmed series? No, it's not. Okay, so my late mother was the queen of needlepoint, the queen of textile art. And this was a needlepoint she did at a time when she was living in Brooklyn in a brownstone, and this looked kind of like that. And when she passed on, I collected a lot of her work, and it's all over my office. Okay, very good, very good. And Karen says, I mean, with a tarot card. Yes, absolutely. And if I would say a tarot card is a better clarifier, an oracle card is good to sum up the reading at the end. So we are coming to the end of our time together. Is tarot interpretation better after chakra cleansing, meditation, sound healing? Maybe. Okay, so you know what it's time for now? Yeah, Tracy, I don't have the patience for needlework either, much to my mother's dismay. She would have really liked it if I could have been her buddy in needlework, and I could not have been. So you guys, thank you so much for being here. If you're not a member of the Global Tarot Circle group, please find us on Facebook, ask to join, I'll let you in. Now is the time for shameless self-promotion. If you have a Facebook page, a web page, something to sell, something that you do, something that you would like us to know about, an event, go ahead, drop it in the comments. Let us patronize each other. I will give you mine verbally. So I offer mentorship. Wherever you are on your tarot journey, I have a special mentorship package. I'm also available for readings. Okay, we're back. I'm not sure how many of you are still here. It has been a tough one. We have had more we've had more interruptions with technology than ever before, and we do this every month. So do come back next time. It's usually not this hard. So we're back. And go ahead and drop your shameless self-promotion, please. And so let's see, I was telling you about mentorship. I was also letting you know that I do readings every other month. I'm back in the Tampa area, and I'm coming to Connecticut. I will be in Connecticut and Rhode Island, August 14th through like the 26th. And again, my class, July 31st in Oakland Park at the Center for Inner Wisdom. And I will also be teaching this Thursday, Dream Angels. And did you guys see I made the cover of the Cartomancer? The new Cartomancer is out. It is the spring issue. Yes, it's summer, but Arwen had some issues. But it's out. It's a great magazine, not just because I'm in it, but I am in it. So get your copy of the Cartomancer. Okay, I want to thank you all so much for being here. Join our meetups and don't be a stranger. Join our groups. And thank you for your patience with technology today. I think we had a great session nonetheless. We'll do it again next month. Take care. Be good.